See, when you're running a business and you're doing one thing, you're making money off of that one thing, right? And then you decide to make a change. And then that change ain't for the better, it's for the worse. And then years later, you wonder, why aren't you making money? What happened? Why do I gotta put my shit on sale, and try to advertise that to the whole entire world to make back what I lost? Why do I have to do that? What happened? Well, that's what happens when you don't listen to your customers. When you ignore your customers and you pretty much say, I'm better than you. And yeah, that's what you get. For those who actually act like that, I just wanted to sit with you real quick because that's just what happens. When you do not give your customers, what they want, okay, you don't get their money. You lose money. The people that originally came to your store or came to you for one thing or another stop coming to you because you do not have that anymore. This is what happens. And if you have to ask yourself why, well, the problem lies with you. Let's face it. You're not willing to actually sit back and, assess the situation on a reasonable level. You're actually going at it head first, thinking you know it all, thinking that the decision you're going to make is going to change the company or in some way, shape, or another. And it's not. Nothing works. And then all this time later, $200 million lost on one project, Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League. And then some more time later, another year later, after the one game was already, one project was already essentially just done, over with, like nobody gave a fuck about. After that project lost you money, another one goes to lose you money, and you had to take it offline because it's too expensive to support it. Nobody actually bought into it. Hmm. Makes you wonder. Makes you wonder why. Why what happened? Where did I go wrong? And again, if you have to ask yourself that after doing what you did, you're the problem. You are the problem. Maybe you should look at another pasture in life. I'm just saying. I'm no Warren Buffett or Wolf of Wall Street, but I know not to fuck with my customers. If I were, you know, once I am starting up my business and, trying to get off, take off, if you will. That's something I do understand, not to fuck with my customers. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to open up a lemonade stand and then stop selling lemonade, still call it a lemonade stand and sell tea. It's not going to happen. It doesn't make sense. It's stupid. There's no other finer word for Warner Brothers, specifically Warner Brothers games, than stupid. Dumb. Outright dumb. Because all they had to do, they had a slam dunk. Superman. You had the money, you had the resources, you had the voice actor. Shit. You had the developer. What the fuck? What's wrong with you? Why couldn't you do that? And then, and I'll be the first one to say it. It would have made you money. Maybe not $200 million. I mean, I'd like to be bold and say it will, but realistically, it wouldn't. Like, it's especially considering the state Superman is in right now. It's just, he's not out there in the way that Batman is out there. He is not that much of a draw the way Batman is a draw. You see what I'm saying? So that's part of the reason why I say realistically and logistically, he may not. That game wouldn't see 200 million, but it wouldn't have lost the studio $200 million. That much I can guarantee. Like I said, and you had a slam dunk right there. Didn't listen, no. And as for the other project, Multiverses, which lost them again $100 million, so overall a $300 million loss to Warner Brothers and Warner Brothers games. Multiverses was something very much out the blue. It was, again, it was their version of Smash Bros. Like, it was everything Warner Brothers kids thrown into one, or planning to be thrown into one, which is a dope ass idea. The problem was how they did the official game after the official launch. The fact that their beta was better says enough. I don't really want to talk about these games anymore because of how disappointing they were to me and my friends. I only bring them up for comparing to the potential ideas that these motherfuckers still have that they can still use to get themselves out of this fucking rut or try to, instead of putting their past games on sale for 90% off, 90% off on Steam. And so, all the PC players, if you ain't got your Suicide Squad yet or your Batman Arkham trilogy yet, I'd go get it 90% off on the whole fucking thing. Shit. But separately, of course, but 90% off of fucking the original price of Suicide Squad. I mean, yo, that's like what, $20, $10, something like that. Shit. And then the Arkham trilogy, you get what is it? I think I bought the Arkham trilogy on the Xbox for like $10 when it was on sale. I'm not gonna lie to you, them niggas is always losing money. They're always losing money. This shit is crazy. Oh my lord. But yeah, no, like I'm telling you, if you on Steam, you got the PC, you ain't got that shit yet. Shit. I'm just saying. Like at that point, now we can start discussing the Suicide Squad as a good game. Cause that's a fucking $75 game plus a $35 fucking premium fucking charge. Yeah, nah, dog. Hell no. But for free or for fucking $20, yo, that shit not half bad. That shit is not bad. That's why I wasn't mad at Multiverses, because I didn't actually buy the game. I was never mad at this shit. Notice how you never really get mad if you don't buy these games. You never get mad at Fortnite, do you? Hell no, because that shit is free. The only time you're paying for it is when you're paying for the skin. But with multiverses though, them niggas try to be like the next Fortnite, but with Smash Bros. And then like, you know, they they thought they fixed some things, they didn't, and then like the riffs. Oh man, we're not even talking about the riffs, but like they little quick synopsis. There was this section where you know you would go into these quick little matches, fight this one individual to move on to essentially the boss of that week or that season, whatever the case was, and you would be getting like new shit or whatever the case was, and then like I think it was like it updated every time they dropped a new character. So like at the end of the rifts or whatever the case was, you every after you complete everything, you get that character. You don't have to pay for him once he officially drops for everybody. So it was like an exclusive thing at the same time. But it's just the way it was done. It was like nobody cared to do that. Like everybody just wanted to jump in, fight. You know what I'm saying? Like fight other people with their friends or fight their other friends. You know what I'm saying? And then like for the most part they did. It's just that it gets boring after a while, and there's also bugs. There was also bug problems, and then like before and after situation, like in the beta, everything was smooth, faster. Everything felt, like you felt powerful. Okay, when then the official game launched, okay, right? It didn't. Everything was the opposite of what I just said. Everything was the opposite, 100%. You can go. You can pretty much go ahead, go outside, as anybody that played Multiverses, the beta and the official launch game, and they'll say the same thing. It's a resounding fuck no. It's a resounding fuck this game. So, and all I'm saying to that, and I'm not saying nobody wanted that game, but at the same time, I am. But for me personally, like I saw the potential. Like I saw what that shit could have been, and we could have had a banger there. Like my thing is, they just thought changing these things up and then like depowering or debuffing, nerfing the characters would fix shit. When in fact, you're just wasting niggas' time. You know what I mean? Like if everything stayed the same, like in terms of the fighting and your health, like the damage in your health, if that stayed the same, you would have been fine. But it didn't. You thought that because everybody was too powerful, you listened to the wrong motherfuckers that were the wrong complaints about the game. You thought you were making a difference. You weren't. You essentially just did what Call of Duty did to all their guns and the players' health. That's it. Everybody ran around with 100 for 10, 15 years until the big fucking change with the modern Call of Duty games, and then they put 50 on that shit. And then from there on, they just kept decreasing their guns. But with me saying all of that, okay, we could have avoided all of this. We could have avoided all of that if we just gotten a Superman game or simple Flash game. Hell, even a Justice League game. I mean, shit, give us Justice League. We wouldn't be nearly as disappointed. Now look, you got motherfuckers looking back at Marvel's Avengers like that shit was great. Look at you, Warner Bros. Look at you. You stupid sons of laugh. Everybody laugh. No, I mean it. Everybody laugh. Because they're a fucking joke. Stupid. Dumbass niggas. Dumbass niggas. You was able to pull off 4 goated Batman games. 4 of them. You can list all 4 of them anywhere on the list and it wouldn't even matter. You dropped wait, my bad. The Arkham Origins wasn't even y'all. That was Warner Brothers Montreal. So W to them. But y'all dropped 3 bangers. 3 bangers, my nigga. How did y'all fumble after this shit? Why can't y'all get nothing right other than Batman? That's what I want. Why can't you get nothing right? Why are you scared? Why are you a bitch? You scared to pull Big Blue out of the toy box? You dumbass motherfuckers. Were you afraid of him getting dirty? You stupid son of a bitch. I'm not even gonna lie. Shit. You listen. Some of y'all better than me. Some of y'all better than me because I got potty mouth today. These motherfuckers took me out of character. Because again, $300 million lost. Lost. That's not even my money. I mean, shit, $100 of that is my money. Y'all niggas lost that shit. What the fuck? Where's my money? Where's my money? Where's the money? Where's the bread? What happened? What the fuck? Can we return this? I ain't fuck if it was 9 years in development. Nah, undo all this shit. Pay everybody. Get the money back. Something gotta give. Cause y'all niggas, what the fuck? What the fuck? No, where's the money? No, where's the money? Where's the money? What? 300 million, bro. That's a movie. That's a legit movie, bro. That's a movie. Listen, in these types of cases, right? When you're the consumer, you're on the side of the fan. You are the fan in this case, and it's always the question of like, when is this going to end? When is things going to change? When does it give? If you're somebody that is like, I just want good content, you know what I'm saying? More power to you. What helps me personally, I stop for a while in terms of like give Batman a break, and then I'll go to like say I do go to watch TV, right? I'll turn on the like something crime, like a cop show or something, or I'll turn on a comedy, or I'll turn on, like some power shit, Power the Wire, you know what I mean? Shit like that. Like I'll change up the power a little bit, or like I'll turn on a period piece like Game of Thrones or HBO's Rome. I don't know if y'all ever seen Rome before, but definitely check that on Max. That shit is fire. Ray Stevenson is in that. I think his name is Syrian Hines. That's Steppenwolf in Justice League. He's also in that. That's Julius Caesar. Great fucking show. But for those who are essentially like, yo, why can't these motherfuckers just give me what I want? And it's like I'm tired of this new shit coming out. I don't really care for it. I'd say start watching shit you heard of, never seen before. So if you're like me, right, and you're, I don't know, 40, 50 years, I don't even remember. What was it, 1978 that movie came out? It more or less, if you're late to Ghostbusters, you know what I'm saying? You're late to that shit. Watch that shit. That shit was pretty fun. Not gonna lie to you. I wasn't like it was pretty funky. Like there's no other word for it. But it was definitely fun. It was dumb. I feel like it was dumb fun, but at the same time, like uh, you're not left wondering what's going on. It Yeah, one of the iconic pieces of cinema. Not for nothing. When it comes to cinema, Ghostbusters is up there. I see why. I definitely see why because it's just it. it didn't try to take itself so serious, but it was like the right amount of seriousness it needs to be. But again, when just change up your palette a little bit, watch something different, do something a little bit different. So like I said, you're like me, you like Batman, but like you didn't like Batman Cape Crusader, or you know, you like all right, so you didn't like that, which came out I think last year. You didn't like Absolute Batman, which is the latest comic book run in an alternate universe of DC. You didn't like Suicide Squad, which not many people did. Um, you don't like Injustice. You don't like the Batman Ninja movie. Take a break, right? Stop. Go watch. I'm not even trying to say it like that. Literally, give that shit a break. Go watch something else. Come back to one of those projects afterwards. Maybe you just wanted something else. You might change your mind. Like if you feel that way in a Long Halloween animated movie, I suggest take a break for a little while, go watch something else or go do something else, come back, watch part one again. My opinion, yes, 100%. It's not one for one the comic book. Don't get me wrong, it's modernized for what it is, but it's not in your face in terms of an agenda pushing an agenda. It's just telling a story. 100%. But I I find that doing shit like that kind of clears things up in some cases. But if rewatching the old shit that still doesn't work, I mean, wow, rewatching the old shit. If rewatching the new shit doesn't work for you, stick to what you know. You know what I'm saying? So like, even though you know his story already, like if you're if you're not trying to give up Batman, but you like the Dark Knight, rewatch the Dark Knight trilogy, and rewatch it in a way that you weren't able to watch before. So like, you probably weren't able to do a marathon, right? Like go from movie to movie to movie. You know what I'm saying? Like, and just do shit like that. You know what I'm saying? And then you'll be reminded why you're a fan. You'll be reminded why you love these movies. That's all it is. You know what I'm saying? People think that when shit comes out, you can only watch it so many times and you're done. No, if you really like this shit, you're gonna keep watching this shit for as long as you want. You know, I'm just saying, like, look at the guys that keep watching the old westerns from way back when, because that's the shit they grew up with. And the shit they come out with now, the shit that they do now is not the same as before. So they're not gonna watch it. They're gonna watch their shit, and that's what it is. I mean, you do what you do. I'm not gonna force you to do anything, but it's just like it's just shit to think about, because that's what helps me, in my opinion. But other than that, I mean, I'd say go create your own shit. Go out and create do your own Batman, do your own Batman fan film, do your own Batman script, because you'd be surprised what you come up with. I'm not saying that out of animosity. I'm saying that out of just to push you. You know what I'm saying? Because you never know what you come up with. You'll never know what you'll do. But my overall point is and it's to Warner Brothers. Listen to your customers. Maybe listen to your customers once in a while. Maybe you would have actually gotten 3, 4, 500 million dollars. Shit, just by giving us two games revolving around the two of the most popular superheroes in the world. In the world. Batman Beyond game and a Superman game. You would have taken over the storm. Marvel Rivals. What? Marvel who? What? We got Superman. Marvel Avengers. What was Marvel Avengers? That shit would have came and went faster than the Flash. Nah. Y'all fucked up. Y'all fucked up. Y'all had all this time to get on top. Shit, I would even go as far as to say, hot take now, Superman, that game would have surpassed Spider-Man leaps and bounds. Everybody would have abandoned that shit real fast. And I'm not even trying to say like nobody likes Spider-Man, but it's the fact that everybody and their mama was waiting for a Superman game, a tried and true Superman game like Arkham, and we never got it. And it's a fucking crime. It's a crime on this community. That's why I'm talking about it, because you niggas decided to motherfucker, not y'all, my bad. You dumbass niggas at Warner Brothers Games thought it was a good idea to give a Suicide Squad, kill the Justice League, and fucking multiverses over Superman and Batman Beyond. You dumb, stupid, beer belly receding hairline twinkle-toed motherfuckers. Stupid bitches. Meet me on the Gotham rooftop. Facts. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Meet me in Gotham. Meet me on the rooftop. And I'm calling Joker. And I'm calling Joker. Facts. I'm calling Joker. Nah, but for real though, bad business decision. Horrible. Y'all had to lay up and you fucking fumbled. Y'all had the chance. Y'all were right there. You failed. Unacceptable. Unacceptable. And we will never stop talking about this shit until y'all course correct. Y'all need to do 180 and go flying down the opposite direction of where you're going. That simple. That's gonna do it for this video. What do you guys think? Do you guys agree with me? Disagree with me? If you guys disagree with me, let me know. And then after you let me know, meet me on the Gotham rooftop. But other than that, I'm gonna see y'all in Gotham.